Liverpool versus everybody. I have a special guest today. This is Omar Laska from. Is it the Citizens now?
Yeah, the Citizens.
What was it before?
Huh?
What was it? What was the name before?
Oh, Citizens TV.
Okay. Yeah. So we got you on, man. I think a lot of people probably would be shocked right now that me and you would be talking a build-up game, but here we are, and I'm excited about it, man. First of all, let me just ask you, what were your thoughts when you got, or your reaction when you first saw the draw? What were your first thoughts?
I kind of wanted it, to be honest. I kind of wanted Liverpool because,
Hmm.
after in January, I kind of wanted to, I don't know, settle the score. I don't know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
yeah,
Kind of
yeah,
just
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
that win again. Um, on the one hand, though, it's a bit nervous, to be fair, because Liverpool are an excellent team and are very, very capable of beating us. And also, I think, to be honest, when we play you, we kind of play into your hands a lot with the way we set up. So
Mhm.
a little bit of
Um,
nerves and anticipation.
mhm. Yeah, I think if we go back to was that March 19th maybe, I think. No, sorry, September 9th, September 9th. Um, we go
Uh,
down to 10. Um, and against the City team, it's going to be hard to beat City with 11, let alone 10. And there's a lot of kind of, was it fair? Was it a red? I think the more you really think about it, it's one of the situations where the ref had to make that call. The game ends how it ends. It was good to get it back to Anfield. I guess the 14th of January, and get that win. Besides the last 10, 15 minutes, where we kind of just clocked out and City got some goals back. For me, I feel like City are obviously going to win the league this year, but I think we are probably just based on performance over the season. I think we're probably the next best team behind City. I really believe that you got to put United, I guess, in that conversation. But I think for years to come, with Pep there, with the team he's building, I think Liverpool are probably the best equipped to kind of go toe to toe to them for seasons to come. What are your thoughts on that?
yeah, I say so. I think it's about kind of cutting out those little losses to like Swansea, for example, where
Yeah,
I mean, I thought you were nailed on to win that.
yeah,
So I suppose it's about kind of just finding a bit of consistency with that and kind of almost like almost every team that's part of the bus against us this season, by hook or by crook, we've kind of found a way to break him down, aside from about one or two. So it's kind of trying to for
yeah,
you, kind of trying to find a way to break those teams down a bit more because you go up against us or like Spurs or like Chelsea, a team that's going to be open against you. You're more than capable of beating them. I think you've got an excellent attack, and I think that defense and midfield are improving with players that are coming in. So I think it's about trying to find just a bit more consistency and cut out the losses to the sort of lower down teams that are going to be a lot more defensive.
yeah. That's a good point. I was actually watching some of the Everton and City game yesterday, and I see how almost with ease you guys tend to break those teams down. So that's definitely something to have a look at, and it's one of those things that I feel like you say, if we can nullify those teams, or not be able to break down those teams with consistency, then I think we'll be okay, getting better at doing that. There's been some kind of rumors that I don't know how much truth is to it, but I figured you would know. Aguero, is he still early? But is it true he might not play first leg?
Yeah, he's a doubt. Basically, I don't know if you want to know about like inside sort of City news, if you know what I mean for the upcoming games. Jose Alvarez is a great source on Twitter at 10 Jose Alvarez. He's basically got like all the inside news. So
Okay.
we were hoping Aguero would be available, but it looks like he's going to be a doubt. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets rested. But we've got Jesus, so
Yeah,
yeah, good
yeah.
that he's back now. But it looks like Guerrero's definitely going to be a doubt for that game. So I wouldn't really expect him to start. I'd maybe on the bench, but definitely not start.
That's another thing. It's like it almost feels like every position you guys have on your team, you have somebody at least as good or better. I mean, there's some amazing players just on the bench that don't even play every game. So I think it's one of those things as a fan. You're probably not that you would want Aguero to be hurt, of course, but if he's not playing, then it's nice to know that you have Gabriel Jesus. what are some of the oh, let me ask you this. Who do you think has been, it's been so many to choose from. Who do you think has been the key player for City this year if you had to pick one kind of standout player on the team?
Have to be De Bruyne, to be honest.
De Bruyne, yeah,
Yeah, to be fair, we're a very good side when he's not playing, but when he is playing, we just raise us to another level, kind of
yeah.
like
Okay.
Torre used to do. Very
Hmm.
just influential player, and he's not in any way, shape, or form. Like, he's not as good as Messi, but kind of Pep's Barcelona team kind of had Messi to sort of that player to in certain moments where they're having maybe a tough time breaking down a team or weren't playing as well, he could kind of drag them kind of through it. And De Bruyne's like he's nowhere near as good as Messi, but he is that talismanic player to if we are struggling, then he kind of just raises everyone up around him.
Right. Yeah. Do you think there's much to this whole kind of, I don't know, hoodoo that City seem to have coming to Anfield? I think that's
Absolutely.
something that you, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. I mean, like we've played some like really really bad Liverpool teams in recent years. We played you finished eighth under Dalglish, and we only got a draw
oh, right,
there.
right, yeah, yeah.
Um, we played you in like under Brendan Rodgers in like in 20, I think it was 2012. That was the
Hmm.
last time we didn't lose at Anfield, and we drew in
Okay.
2015 when I think we won a really bad run of form and we lost 2-1. So yeah, it's
Mhm.
not a happy hunting ground to say the least.
And Sterling, are your feelings that, you know, let's give Sterling another chance. Let's see if he can do this, or do you feel like it's best to keep him off the bench? What do you feel about Sterling in this first leg, at least?
I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't, to be honest.
Oh, I like it. I like
Playing with Sterling at Anfield, it's just like it's kind of like playing with an injured player. Um, it's just it's just a mental block for him. Like I'm kind of beyond the point of even hoping with Sterling anymore. Maybe if I don't, maybe if I expect nothing, I won't really be let down.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he was pretty terrible against Robertson last time. I mean, Robertson played really well, but Sterling was terrible as well. And there was the one in 2016 when like the first minute, like Flanagan went like flying into him. Like it was a good tackle, but like he went flying into him, and then for the rest of the game, Sterling was just like rabbit in the headlights. So I think Bernardo Silva, I think he caused Robertson a few more problems when he came on because he was kind of
Mhm.
floating inside, and Robertson didn't really know whether to go with him and leave Walker on the overlap or sort of stay with Walker, and then I'll sort of let the centre backs. I think it was it Lovren and Clavan last time, and
Mhm.
sort of let them deal with it. So
Okay. What are some of the areas you think that Pep and the team will try to attack for Liverpool? I know one of them is probably Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think that's
yeah,
a pretty glaring, pretty obvious one. He's been playing a lot of football. He's young. He's got a lot to learn, and I think definitely if he's starting, which it looks like he probably will, there's a shot for Klein. But Klein hasn't played football since Middlesbrough last season. So I think it'll definitely be Trent. Any other ideas of just areas you think City would try to attack Liverpool in the best way they can get at us?
I think it'll probably be to try and target both your fullbacks. I think definitely though whoever plays at right back,
Yeah, Sane.
you're either going to have you're either going to have a sort of unfit Nathaniel Klein, or you're going to have Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's very very young. And I kind of wonder because he didn't have a very good game at all when we played you in September. So I kind of wonder he might sort of be spurred on by that to put in a really good performance. But I think Sane's a lot more physically mature. He's incredibly fast, so that's definitely an area that we're going to look to attack. I think probably the fullbacks as well. Well, sorry, your left back even. That'll be an area as well. Um, we'll probably end up being with Sterling. I mean, we like to use the flanks a lot. We probably will start Sterling. I expect that we will, but I don't think we're going to do too much. So it could end up being a case of Walker on the overlap, which again creates its own problems, even with Mane as well. To be honest, I think the game's going to be won or lost on our left side and your right side because we're both going to have a weak link in terms of our fullback on that side. We're not going to be operating with a natural left back anyway. We'll either have Delph Sinchenko or Danilo or maybe Laporte, although I don't think that's a good idea. And of course, you've got Salah as well. So there's going to be won or lost on that side, I think.
Yeah. And what do you think if you? Well, let me ask you this too, because you go to a fair bit of games. Now, amongst Liverpool fans, there, abroad, whatever, we like to make jokes about Etihad. I think that's obvious, and call it empty hat or whatever. Do you think there's any truth to that? My question is, do you worry about a home match in that second leg of the Champions League draw, the quarterfinal draw? Do you worry about that game at home at all for any reason, but specifically for the fact that you may or may not have trouble with filling stadiums out, or the presence of the fans, or whatever the case may be?
Nah, not really. I mean, we fill out the Etihad for the majority of the games. Our biggest problem is the fact that we don't fill it out or the fact that we have people that have season tickets and they only turn up for the big games. And this is obviously
Okay.
a very, very big game.
Okay.
So I don't worry about that. I mean, the atmosphere ain't going to be anything like it's not going to be amazing, but
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Okay.
It won't be anything. It's not like Galatasaray Welcome to Hell. It won't be anything sort of spectacular, but I still think it'll be good. I'll be quite interested as well because I'll be right by Liverpool's away fans this time, so I should be able to get a better sense of kind of what your fans are sort of, or how loud they're going to be as
Yeah.
away fans, because usually I'm at the other end of the ground. So I don't really worry though about not filling the stadium or anything. I think it's not like a game because, like I said, our biggest problem is the fact that we just have people that buy tickets and don't turn up for don't turn up for the smaller teams, and they only turn up for the big games. That's our biggest problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I expect that people are going to turn up for this one because it's not only a massive game against Liverpool, but it is going to be an extremely good game as well, and very, very entertaining.
Yeah, I agree. I think if there was any issues you guys had with that, surely that can't be the case this week. I can't believe it's finally here, man. I've been waiting for this ever since the draw. Much like you, I was excited about it. I know a lot of
Yeah.
fans kind of wanted that European feel of playing a Roma or Barcelona or Real Madrid. I felt like at some point we had to play a Premier League team anyway. We're the last two standing. I think it's really great. I think it's great to be playing City again for the third time in the season. Um, these two fan bases seem to not like each other too much, which kind of helps, I think, for the game. Personally, two more questions. One is, you got so many players on your team. Just give me one guy who you feel like will be kind of that special guy for that first game. Just one guy that comes off your mind. Maybe it's a surprise. Maybe it's a guy who's been in form. Maybe it's De Bruyne. Give me one guy who might be like an X factor, or who you think may take over the game for you guys.
I think Sane, to be honest. He seems to really enjoy playing against Liverpool. Got two in September, got one in January as well. So already got 3 and 2 against you this season, and probably going up against Trent Alexander-Arnold or Klein. So I think he's going to be someone who's going to be very, very important, especially given that we'll probably be putting it mostly down the left, or the left-hand side will be the side that we get a lot more joy because, like I said, I expect Sterling to start and I expect him to do pretty much fuck all. So, yeah, Sane will end up being the one, I think.
Who's the other option on the right besides Sterling? Because Silva's
Bernardo
more of
Silva.
a. Oh, it would be Silva. Okay.
Yeah, well.
Okay. But you think Sterling over Silva? Okay. And then for the Liverpool side, give me a player that you think could cause you guys some trouble if you had to pick one from the Liverpool side.
I mean, there's obviously Salah, but to be honest, like
Right.
Firmino, I think Firmino always seems to turn up against us. Yeah, just always seems to turn up ever since he played us the first time. We got beat 4-1. Just always seems to turn up. Very, very good player. Will press very well. He's a good quality player as well. So I think Firmino, to be honest. I mean, obviously, like I know there's that whole front three. Mane and Salah and Firmino, but Firmino just always seems to turn up against us, to be honest.
He does really play well in these games, and it's going to be, and I think it's going to have to be a little bit of him, a little bit of Mane. I think everyone knows it's obvious what Salah is doing this season. It's incredible. I hope that it continues. But we got to have obviously some other guys up front who can do some things, and the focus will be probably to shut down Salah, his pace, his creativity in the box area, getting off the ball. Same with Mane. So I think you might be right. Yeah, I think Firmino might be that guy that has to step up and have a special tie altogether. First and second leg. Lastly, of course, score prediction for that first leg at Anfield.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of been feeling 2-2, but I don't know. I mean, we're not going to win.
That's what I've been hearing a lot lately. I've been hearing the 2-2 draw. Yeah.
I think if we get a score draw, that's a great result for us because we don't win at Anfield. I was 1 last time we won at Anfield.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's been a while. Been a while since we won.
I didn't think it's been that long. Jesus. Okay.
All right. 2003.
Oh man! Wow. Okay. So you going you going with that 2-2 draw?
Yeah. I don't know if that's wishful thinking, but I'll say 2-2.
No, you know what? I think my mind is saying I feel like we played you guys 2017. I think it was sometime in March, and it was a 1-0 draw. I think we got a penalty with Milner, and then Aguero scored in like the 89th minute. I'm hoping something like that, like keep it tight, keep it close. It's hard for me to even believe that because both of these teams can put up goals quickly, and bags of goals. So, yeah, I think I have to agree with you on that one. 2-2 draw. My heart wants to say 2-1, but I think it's going to be a really, really good game. I can't wait for it, and yeah, that should be I think the standout draw of the rest of the games. Really, I mean, maybe Juventus, Real Madrid, but I think everybody will have their eyes on the City Liverpool game.
And that'll be a much more sort of cagey kind of chess match, and this is going to be a good tactical battle, but it's going to be a lot more open than that game.
Yeah. Omar, thank you for making time for me, man. I really appreciate this, and
no problem.
Yeah, we'll speak afterwards, man. We'll have some discussions afterwards after the game. Are you going to be watching it? You're going to be at Anfield, you said, right?
Nah. Well, if I can get spare, I will. If I can get spare, but I haven't got a ticket. No.
Okay. All right. Well, enjoy your week, man, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much again.
No problem.
See ya.